Today we're going to talk about spending. So in their previous episodes, I talked about saving. I talked about investing. So today I'm going to talk about spending. So the first thing with spending is you have to know what's coming in, right? In order to spend, you need to know what you're bringing in net, right? So every time you get paid, I get paid bi-weekly. You want to look at the net income that's coming in. That's after all your taxes is taken out, your 401k or 403b, whatever is being taken out for that. So before tax, after tax um, transactions will be your net income. Um, then you need to figure out so that's your income. Now you need to figure out your outflow. So what are all of the things that you need to pay for? Mortgage, rent, groceries, utilities, phone bill, auto, gas. You need to figure out what all of those outflows are, um, and then figure out. Um, so that's everything that's going out. Then you need to figure out what's left over, right? So if you've done that exercise, you've created that budget, you know exactly what's coming in, your income, you know exactly what's going out, right, every month. Um, and then you know what's left over. Um, so when you think about spending, I talked about this before, but I use the 50/30/20 plan. Elizabeth Warren and her daughter created this strategy where 50% of, let's say, that net income would go to bills, things that needs to be paid, groceries, gas, utilities. Um, those things need to be done. And then for the 30% would be for wants. So anything that you want to do, 30% of that net income would be for what you want to do, and then 20% would be for savings. So that's the way you should spend. I use this guardrail. I know this this is about mental and money. So when you're on the mental side, if you have a framework that you could deal with, a certain framework, you know that only 50% of it should go towards needs, 30% goes to wants, and 20% goes to savings. Once you build that parameter, then any money that comes in and you follow that method, you're good to go, right? So that's what I would suggest. Um, Now, here are the things to avoid, or here are the things to look at when you look at your outflows. So things that you're spending money on. Subscriptions is a killer to your budget. Eating out is a killer to your budget. Um, I would say fun activities. So you want to probably put all of those things as a want, instead of part of your needs, your 50%. You may want to put that as your part of your 30%, your things that you want to do to avoid busting your budget. So yeah, that's what I would suggest. And spend mindfully, right? Don't spend just to do it, or just to, just spend because you have the money in your account. Spend wisely. And I'm going to talk about that in a Bible verse, because I have to hit you up with a Bible verse today on spending. So today's verse is Proverbs 21:5. The plans of the diligent lead to profit, as surely as haste leads to poverty. All right. Like this, subscribe, comment. Look to talk to you again. Have a good day. Bye.